Hey guys, Insomnia here with some more AFK Arena. Today we're going to get into Chapter 31, do a couple stones here, which we got a copy of Ogi, not too bad, and a copy of Movis. Let's go ahead and use a couple cards. We do have quite a few faction scrolls and the regular scrolls from the events that we've been completing, as well as the Voyage of Wonder. Got a couple regular scrolls here, and we do have a couple diamonds, saving the desired hero to see when Damien comes out, if we can pick up a couple copies of them, or Damon, however you say it. So it looks like nothing there. We did get our first elite right there, which is a copy of Rose. That should take her to 3 or 4 stars on the main account before we go ahead and push our progression. One of the big reasons we're doing the summons here is we do need emblems, and we do need still a couple heroes. Our wish list is not maxed out yet with 5 stars, but we are definitely getting there. And there's the emblems we wanted. As you can see, 50 regular emblems, 30 of the others. So let's get into the campaign. 30-41 is where we're at. We are still sticking with our lockout team here, which consists of Taylene, Rowan, Mahira, the twins, and Aziz. Big thing with the team here is, as you've seen in the last video, these heroes are not maxed out. They're not far by maxed out. I believe we only have 1 star on Taylene. I know Rowan is maxed out. The gear is not too bad, but the heroes are just at an ascended level. Not ascended 5 stars, not SI 30s. I believe we only have 2 heroes with signature items 30s. Aziz does not even have a signature item 20 at this point. We are a little bit behind on this, and he's only mythic, but he is still pulling his weight with his energy regen. That is the trick to this team. This formation is super, super expensive. This is by far the most expensive team comp that you're going to find, just because it contains 2 Hypogens, it contains 2 of the Celestials, and Rowan, who is a support for all of the teams. As you can see here, 33 million damage, 20 million damage from Mahira, which is crazy damage. So essentially, the core of this team is Taylene. Taylene is the main damage dealer short of Mahira. The combination of those two create a synergy when you're cycling through. As you can see, Taylene is our primary healer. Rowan is used as an energy regen. In this team, you can cycle through abilities and cycle through alts. That is provided from the haste that you're getting from the twins. So if you see how fast the heroes here alt, it is kind of crazy in the speed that they can go ahead and alt and continue alting. Well, not only that, is between the alts, they are doing the regular attacks, which are supercharged by the twins with the haste that they provide. Taylene provides the damage and the healing, and Mahira provides the CC aspect of it, and Aziz provides the lockout. Not only his energy regen, he does nerf the attack rating of the enemy, as well as the lockout for casting the ultimates. 45 million damage there, 20 million from Mahira. Like I was saying early, Mahira's signature item is not maxed out. We do need to add a lot more stars to this team to make them a lot more effective. But right there, Aziz just locked everyone out. You can see their little no fire alt above their head. And there is the burning ground. So anyone who is standing in his consecrated ground goes ahead and does more damage to the enemy and reduces their attack. But also looking at this team comp is when you look at the dynamic of the team comp, we have Taylene, who provides a support class, who is a support class in the Elder Tree. We have the twins, that is a support class in the Elder Tree. We have Rowan, who is a support class in the Elder Tree. We have Aziz, again, a support class in the Elder Tree. Then we have Mahira, who is the mage class. So when you look at building the Elder Tree, even if you went through and stripped all of the abilities and just pumped them straight into the 4 support heroes you have here, you're going to do an insane amount of damage with the buffs you'll be getting there. Even here, 41 million damage from Taylene. Quite a bit from Mahira as well. So this team itself with the Elder Tree, I have almost 25 in all the stats. I didn't go ahead and drop the tanking tree and the ranger tree and the warrior tree to go ahead and supercharge the 2 trees. But if I'm stuck on progression, I think I'm probably going to go ahead and do that. Just again to absolutely supercharge the percentages, bonuses, and the abilities that this team would be getting overall to push progression to a whole nother level. I'm hoping to get through the rest of this in chapter 30 and move into chapter 31 tonight. As you can see, Mahira's just massive ultimate AoE makes the team kill themselves, and it gets rid of the energy regen that they're producing. So if they do happen to have enough energy to go ahead and use, we're hoping that Aziz with his cycle can go ahead and lock the ultimates out, which he does an absolutely phenomenal job with the lockout team. A lot of players do run this team in PvP as well. Even here, 51 million damage. Again, 20 million damage from Mahira. A lot of players do run this team in PvP, and even at lower levels, it can be very, very successful against teams that are way stronger than they are. So it's very cool to see, again, cycling through with the twins. There's our big heal. Burning Desecrated Ground, and there is the CC. And look at how fast Tailene attacks. It's crazy when this team is scaling how fast you can actually get through all of their abilities. Because even next battle, we'll go ahead and we'll focus on seeing just how many ults and seeing how fast, again, we can cycle through this. The enemy team doesn't have really much time to do anything because, again, we are going through the ults and just cycling through the team itself so fast. But that gives us the win there on 30-45, 63 million damage there from Tailene. So, all right, so here is the new battle, stage 46. So just looking a couple seconds in, 6 seconds in, the twins already ulted. So that is their first one. Here we go, ult number 2, 12 seconds in. Rowan provides stun. Mahira's mesmerize right there to everyone. There's our third one. So we're now 17 seconds in. 3 ults already from the twins. Rowan with another one. There's 22 seconds in. The 4th ult with the twins. And as you can see, the energy cycle here is just insane. There we are, 29 seconds in. 5th ult from the twins. This is why in the current event, I've said you need to build them to Mythic. And there we go. We are 35 seconds in. Another ult. That is 6 total. And right there is number 7. So ult number 7. And we are, that was probably about 40, 42 seconds in. 7 ults in 40-something seconds. 40 million there, 19 million. Like I was saying, in the current event, the Magician's Hat with the Grotesque Mage, I would work on getting the twins up to Mythic. The big reason getting them up to Mythic is their survivability with their signature item. It's a priority out of this event. So if you can pull 1, 2, 3, even 4 copies of them, getting them up to Mythic to increase their survivability. When you're pushing bosses with Saurus, so when you're pushing the guild bosses, when you're pushing Riz, when you're pushing Sorin, when you're pushing the Twisted Essence bosses, their damage scales. So as you're doing more damage to them, they'll actually be doing in turn more damage to you. And you'll realize when you have lower level twins, they will die very, very fast when it comes in the event. So even there, 40 million damage, 14 million from Mahira. So if you want to get through an energy cycle, you will not be able to because the twins will die. Usually before I had them up to Mythic, they die in the first 20-25 seconds when it came to boss battles. Now them being at Ascended, of course they're doing well, but at Mythic, even with their plus 20 signature item, it does phenomenal for the damage reduction for them. It is almost vital when you're pushing further into the game because like I was saying, the bosses will kill the twins very easy because remember, one of the twins is frontline tanking. So as you're increasing the damage and the durability for them to survive, will in turn increase the damage and survivability that you can do on the bosses. And as you can see here, we're just cruising right through these stages in chapter 30, which that was 30-48, 35 million damage there from Tailene. And again, she is only at, I believe, 1 stars at this point. So still has a lot of room. I do have her at a plus 32 signature item. That's right, the Celestials and the Hypogeans and the Dimensionals all go to a plus 40. And the reason behind taking it, or the reason behind going past plus 30, because it is super expensive for emblems, is running Rose. So earlier, I always ran Rose. When I had Rose, Rose would always follow Rowan, because obviously I don't have the stars on Taylene, so Rose would follow Rowan. So getting her signature item just a little bit higher gave her enough stats that Rose started following Taylene instead of Rose following Rowan, which is what I wanted to do in a lot of the boss stages to increase the damage that she's putting out. So it worked out just getting it a little bit higher to go ahead and buff above Rowan. 39 million damage there, 24 million from Mahira. Mahira's key is her plus 30 signature item. I know here I don't have it at plus 30, but when she's at full health at a plus 30 signature item, her attacks actually regenerate energy to her. So when you look at this team here and you're seeing how fast we are cycling through ults, Mahira's ultimate has the ability to cycle her faster through ults in combination with everybody else. So again, you're creating a super hyper cycle through the abilities that you can see here. That is just absolutely devastating. That is the reason this is a god tier team comp. As you can see, they're just destroying through this chapter. Even being towards endgame at this, I consider chapter 30 plus endgame. Not late game, but endgame at this point. Even there's 60 million damage as we're cycling through Taylene. That brings us to 30-51. Nara for this one, I actually let the twins stick with Nara just because I don't want them to kill Mahira and I don't want Mahira to be misplaced. When Mahira is right in the middle, she can actually do her ultimate right on everyone in the battlefield, as you'll see here in a second, because she is right, almost right in the middle, just waiting for enough energy to do her ult. And it should be coming up in just a second. So there's Rowan's next ult. There it is. Hits everybody right in front of her, just entrances the whole entire team. And it's like a supercharged Tassie. Even though Tassie is S+, she puts everyone to sleep. Mahira doesn't put them to sleep, but she makes them attack each other, which is very, very powerful. 47 million damage there, 28 million. Even Aziz putting in 12 million damage at Mythic. So I cannot wait till he is built up higher and his signature item is up just a little higher, and I can max out Mahira's ability at this time, her signature item to get plus 30. This team will be that much better. But as we do know, going into chapter 31 now requires 2 teams. So it changes up the entire dynamic because you have heroes like Taylene who are super high performers, but you have heroes like Mahira, you have heroes like Rowan that are not going to be able to be on both teams essentially, because you do need 2 teams going into chapter 31, which we're going to be facing pretty soon, I hope, as we continue to push progression. So actually 3 solid pushes will put us all the way through this chapter. And as fast as we're going through here, 30-52, we are in the very last stages of chapter 30 at this point. All right, so 30-53. Again, Brutus stage. Unfortunately, this team doesn't have a counter for Brutus. So we don't have anyone to clear his shields off. But even if you watch Rowan in the bottom, with the energy cycles that he's going through, he stuns with his little coins. So even Estrilda, a majority of the battle, she is stunned in the bottom, just essentially waiting till she gets killed. So again, the energy cycle going through here with the stuns, even looking on the bottom, Rain was stunned there. So every time that he's ulting, he's either regenerating or he's stunning, which is perfect. 27 million there, 12 million for Mahira, which brings us into chapter 30-54. This one, again, is a little tough because we do have a lot of damage. As you can see, Aziz died pretty quick there because of Belinda in the bottom. She has the ability to do a ton of damage, but also look at the link. So the link between Taylene and Rowan mitigates the damage that Rowan can take, and he does have an ability to do a damage reduction. So the combination of those two allows Rowan to take a lot of damage against this team, as well as when he's ulting, again, he is throwing stuns. Taylene heals him up, and it's just the perfect synergy of a team again, especially here versus Thane. The only thing you can really do against Thane that is really effective is to lock him down. So to lock him down with stuns, if he starts ulting, it's very hard to kill because he ults very fast. A lot of the teams will run out of time, but even there, you just seen Belinda just took a big chunk out of Leica on the enemy side when she was mesmerized. So even there, another stage done. Let's check out the damage really quick. 69 million damage. Wow, that is a lot of damage for the team. 30-55, which 5 more stages and we'll be done with this chapter. Finally done with chapter 30, pushing into 31. Again, Belinda almost ulted. If you just seen that, she was just about to ult. We hit her with the mesmerize. And we should be able to get this one down. And there's another mesmerize. Again, she is killing Leica right above her, making it much easier for my heroes because she is taking a lot of damage from Belinda in the bottom. So very easy to get her down. When she's stunned like that, she just stays there by herself. She doesn't do anything if there's no one to attack. 28 million and 15 million damage. Again, pushing through this chapter 30-56. If you don't have this team built, I would definitely suggest it. As you can see, it is super, super powerful. But again, it is very, very expensive to build this team. It is definitely an end gear or end content, end game comp, and it does fall in the God tier, one of 3 God tiers, according to White Sushi's guide. And as you can see, cycling through here, it is a very, very tough team to beat. I couldn't imagine this team in PvP and how you would counter them. I'm sure there's got to be a couple counters out there, Wukong and a couple other heroes, but very, very tough. Even with a mythic hero, we're not even dying here. 52 million and 18 million damage there. Very last stages. That was our last boss stage. We just have the final one here, 30-57. Dealing with Kaz is very, very tough as well. When you look overall, using Kaz, because they're so over leveled at this point, she is kind of she's kind of niche when it comes to filling into the teams. But her signature item is where it is kind of disappointed. Looked real good with her dodge, but to dodge magic attack, I believe she's the only hero that can dodge magic attacks. But it is so RNG to get it to work. Nobody uses her. They even put her in the fodder class with Rain and Rigby, just a couple other heroes that they drop into kind of a class of their own because they don't fit anywhere else. But again, we just got Sears left on this one. There is our Mesmerize, so he will just stand there and do nothing to let Taylene kill him. All right, so there we're at 70 million and 29 million damage, which is, again, crazy with the amount of damage they're putting in. Again, we let Athalia on this one hit the twins, and it looks like it might have been a mistake. Killed them pretty early there, so we're not going to have quite the cycle that we can go through. So I'm hoping here we can get a couple good stuns, which was perfect right there with the stuns. As long as we can get Athalia down in this one, which we just mesmerized her. And now she got a stun, and we should be able to kill her, which she just went down. Most of the battles with Athalia, if you can get Athalia down without her regenerating a lot of energy or without her ulting, most of the battles you got down. You can use a dodge hero. Rowan is a good counter, but usually a dodge hero such as Taylene is a good counter for Athalia. That way she usually doesn't die on the impact. 50 million damage there. But even if Taylene happens to die, most of the time she'll come right back very, very quickly. Even here, 30-59. There's Aziz with his burning ground and the big mesmerize on everyone. Taylene is right back up. Added attack, added defense, anytime that she dies and she's reborn, just making her that much stronger. Again, there's another big Mesmerize, which should take down Almas at this point. Tailene should take out Leica pretty quick. And again, another Mesmerize. So not even much they can do as we are just cycling through alts on my team here. Let's check out the damage on this one. 49 million, almost 50 million damage again from Tailene, which brings us 30-60. The final stage in Chapter 30 is done. Very tough team. We have Aziz, we have a Mihira, and we have Iran. So again, a very tough team. Look at the tornado already going out. We have the shields up from Namora in the back. And remember, Namora has the Beguile ability, so she can actually go ahead and charm our heroes. So if she's charming Tailene, going to be very, very tough. And there's our Banish, because they do have Tassie as well. It's a very tough team to counter against this one. It's just interesting for the very last stages. There we got another. If we can get Iran down, we should have it, which there he goes. Iran is down. Tassie is going to be a problem with Namora still up, though. We got to be able to kill Namora pretty quick, which I believe she just went down. We got her. Now we just chase Tassie around, and we should have her stunned. Got it. Done. Chapter 30 is done, folks. There it is. Complete Chapter 30. 83 million damage from Tailene, and she finally gets it done. All right, so we'll go ahead and we will push into Chapter 31, but that will do it for now. Let's go ahead and collect up our loot. Look at that. Chapter 31 content I have never seen. Cannot wait to get into the double teams on 31-4. Collect up a little bit of loot here. Let's go ahead and collect our rewards. We went through a lot of boss stages here tonight, which was awesome, as well as 2 cards that we got and 20 red chests for the very last reward there. Very cool to be into Chapter 31. Again, first time ever seeing the content into Chapter 31. Let's go ahead and use both of our cards, hoping we can pull a couple more Wilders here, because my second team comp is going to have to be Wilders when I have my lockout team. Copy of Namora, which we already have her to 5 stars. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get Iran or we can get Tassie are the 2 that we're looking for. And we're also still looking for Orthos. We do have 5,000 gems. We'll do 1 Stargazer pull looking for Orthos, and that will conclude it for the video. Hopefully, it's a big pull. It is absolutely nothing. So unfortunately, nothing there with the final pull, but let me know in the comments what you think. Super stoked to be into Chapter 31. I've never seen it before. And as always, thank you guys for watching.